If we deny our wounds, we will inflict wounds on others.
In the bustling streets of Manila, a city teeming with life, faith, and resilience, the journey of Luis Tangle began, a journey that would take him from humble beginnings to the highest ranks of the Vatican. Born in 1957 into a devout but modest family, Tangle's early life was shaped by the vibrant culture of his surroundings. Street vendors called out their wares as church bells rang in the distance, creating a backdrop that infused his life with both energy and devotion. Even as a young boy, Tangle displayed a deep connection to his faith, not just through formal religious teachings, but through lived experiences of community outreach and service. He was a familiar face in his parish, volunteering for religious education and local programs that supported the needy. These early experiences laid the foundation for his calling to the priesthood, where his compassion and humility would shine. As Tangle grew older, his talents became undeniable. A gifted student, he earned degrees in philosophy and theology from Ateneo de Manila University, one of the Philippines' most prestigious institutions. But it wasn't his academic prowess alone that set him apart. It was his profound commitment to service. Even during his university years, he envisioned a church that was more connected to its people, one that bridged the gap between tradition and the modern world. After completing his studies in the Philippines, Tangle's calling took him to Rome, where he earned a doctorate in sacred theology. It was during this transformative period that his vision for the Catholic Church began to crystallize. Tangle wasn't content with simply preserving the past. He believed the Church needed to evolve to meet the challenges of the present while remaining true to its core values. His academic work emphasized collaboration among church leaders and practical ways for the global church to better serve its followers. Tangle's rise within the Catholic Church began in earnest when he was ordained a priest in 1982. From the start, his ministry was characterized by a deep empathy for the struggles of everyday people. Known affectionately as the Smiling Priest, Tangle had a natural ability to connect with others, listen to their concerns, and walk with them through life's challenges. For him, the priesthood was more than a role. It was a mission of accompaniment and hope. By 2011, his exceptional leadership and unwavering faith had captured the attention of the Vatican. He was appointed Archbishop of Manila, a position of immense influence in Asia. But even as he rose through the ranks, Tangle remained grounded, focused on his calling to serve. His vision of the Church as a beacon of light in the modern world resonated with countless people, including the 2 million in the Philippines who begged for help, praying for missionaries of light to guide them. Today, Luis Tangle's remarkable journey continues to inspire. His story is not only a testament to his faith and humility, but also a reminder of the power of compassion and dedication in a world that often needs it most. Cardinal Luis Tangle's influence on the global Catholic Church is unparalleled. After his appointment as Archbishop of Manila, his prominence grew rapidly. Known for his humility and vision, he sought to build a church that embraced its traditions while addressing modern challenges. But it wasn't until 2012, when Pope Benedict XVI appointed him cardinal, that his global role truly expanded. At just 55 years old, Tangle became one of the youngest cardinals, signaling the Vatican's recognition of his unique ability to lead in contemporary and traditional contexts. This appointment marked the beginning of a new chapter, one that would propel him to the forefront of global Catholicism. Under his leadership, the Catholic Church in Manila gained recognition for its outreach to the poor, advocacy for social justice, and commitment to providing hope during crises. Tangle's approach emphasized service over authority, and his first homily as Archbishop set the tone. "The mission is not mine, it is Christ's." This declaration encapsulated his philosophy, focusing on the Church's mission for the greater good of humanity rather than personal acclaim. His role as Archbishop carried immense responsibility, overseeing the spiritual well-being of millions. Yet Tangle approached it with humility and grace. The Manila Diocese flourished under his leadership, laying the groundwork for his future prominence on the global stage. He inspired a renewed sense of purpose and connection within the Church, fostering initiatives that reached the most marginalized communities. As a cardinal, Tangle's responsibilities extended far beyond the Philippines. He became a global leader, participating in major Vatican synods, where decisions shaping the future of the Catholic Church were made. His insights on family, evangelization, and social justice resonated deeply, earning him recognition for his compassionate and progressive outlook. His ability to address contemporary issues like poverty and migration, while ensuring the Church's teachings remain meaningful, made him a vital voice in the Vatican. Tangle's extraordinary ability to connect with people set him apart. He wasn't just an intellectual figure or spiritual leader. He was someone who made others feel seen and valued. Whether addressing thousands at a global conference or speaking one-on-one with parishioners after Mass, Tangle maintained an approachability that fostered genuine relationships. This personal connection was the foundation of his ministry, focusing on relationships rather than rules and regulations. His humility, warmth, and inclusiveness distinguished him in the Vatican. Tangle's advocacy for social justice was particularly evident during Typhoon Haiyan, one of the most devastating natural disasters in recent history, which struck the Philippines in 2013. His leadership during this crisis exemplified his dedication to serving the poor and marginalized, emphasizing the Church's role as a source of hope and support in times of need. Today, Cardinal Tangle's journey continues to inspire. His ability to bridge the gap between tradition and modernity, while remaining deeply connected to the people he serves, has solidified his legacy as one of the most influential voices in Catholicism. His story is a testament to the power of faith, humility, and a commitment to serving others. Cardinal Luis Tangle's influence extends far beyond the pulpit or the Vatican halls, making him a truly global leader in both faith and action. Under his leadership, the Vatican launched several targeted programs aimed at addressing specific regional needs. One of his most remarkable strengths is his ability to understand and respond to the unique challenges faced by different parts of the world. For instance, in sub-Saharan Africa, where many Catholics endure extreme economic hardship, Tangle championed partnerships to fund local schools and vocational training programs. His initiatives provided sustainable solutions to lift communities out of poverty while simultaneously nurturing their spiritual well-being. Tangle's commitment to social justice and practical action has left a profound impact on global Catholicism. His work extends beyond the Philippines, with his involvement in various charitable organizations playing a vital role in the Vatican's outreach efforts. His understanding of global challenges, such as economic inequality, climate change, and human rights, has shaped his leadership as a cardinal. By bridging the gap between faith and practical action, Tangle has created a legacy of leadership that transcends traditional ecclesiastical boundaries. In Myanmar, a country in Southeast Asia plagued by political and ethnic strife, Tangle was instrumental in promoting reconciliation. Recognizing the importance of interfaith dialogue, he worked tirelessly to foster peace and unity between Catholic and Buddhist communities. His efforts brought religious leaders together, creating platforms for dialogue that help move beyond differences to find common ground and shared humanity. This work exemplifies his belief in the Church's ability to be a catalyst for healing in regions torn apart by conflict. Tangle's leadership during crises further underscores his dedication to compassion and mercy. In the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan, one of the most devastating natural disasters in recent history, he was on the front lines, not only providing spiritual guidance but also organizing aid and rallying international support. His ability to offer both practical and spiritual help made him a symbol of hope for countless survivors. This commitment to action during times of need highlighted his deep alignment with the core values of mercy and service. Moreover, Tangle's focus on enculturation, the idea that the Church should adapt to and embrace local cultures, is a cornerstone of his leadership. In many parts of the world, particularly in Africa and Asia, his approach has strengthened the Church's connection with local communities. By honoring their traditions and integrating their cultural expressions into the faith, he has fostered a more inclusive and relevant Catholic Church. Tangle's global vision is exemplified by his ability to bring faith into action. His leadership in regions such as Myanmar and sub-Saharan Africa, alongside his advocacy for global initiatives, has positioned him as one of the most influential voices in Catholicism today. His work stands as a testament to the Church's potential to address not only spiritual needs, but also the practical challenges facing its followers worldwide. What truly sets Cardinal Luis Tangle apart is his deeply human approach to leadership. He is not just a leader in the Vatican, a person who genuinely connects with those around him, offering empathy, understanding, and support. Unlike many traditional figures in the Church, Tangle doesn't see his position as one of power, but as one of service. He believes leadership is not about authority or control, but about guiding others with love and compassion. His ability to make people feel valued and understood is a cornerstone of his leadership style. Tangle's efforts to integrate indigenous music, art, and language into liturgical practices highlight his commitment to embracing cultural diversity within the Church. This approach not only acknowledges the richness of various traditions, but also empowers local communities to express their faith in ways that resonate with their unique identities. For Tangle, the Church does not merely exist in different cultures. It belongs to them, becoming an integral part of their stories, struggles, and triumphs. This philosophy has been a hallmark of his career, fostering a deeper connection between faith and culture. One of Tangle's most significant contributions to the global Church has been his work on social justice issues. He has been vocal about addressing systemic problems that contribute to global inequality, including climate change, poverty, and migration. As a cardinal, Tangle has encouraged the Vatican to take bold, tangible steps to tackle these issues, both within the Church and through collaborations with secular organizations. His ability to balance the spiritual with the practical makes him a leader who inspires Catholics and non-Catholics alike, proving that the Church can be a force for good in both spiritual and worldly matters. Further setting him apart is his leadership during the global migration crisis. As president of Caritas Internationalis, Tangle spearheaded the Share the Journey campaign, a global initiative aimed at raising awareness of the plight of migrants and refugees. However, Tangle didn't just advocate for the dignity of displaced people from a distance. He visited refugee camps in Lebanon, Jordan, and other crisis areas, listening to their stories firsthand. His empathy and willingness to engage with these communities have made him a powerful advocate for the voiceless, elevating their issues in both political and social spheres. Tangle's leadership style emphasizes a harmonious blend of tradition and modernity. His work continues to inspire people across the world, showing that the Church can lead not only in spiritual matters, but also in addressing the pressing challenges of the modern world. By integrating cultural diversity, advocating for social justice, and connecting with people on a deeply personal level, Tangle exemplifies how faith and action can come together to create meaningful change. One of the most striking examples of Cardinal Tangle's personal connection with people came during his time in the Philippines when he was actively involved in disaster relief efforts after Typhoon Haiyan. While many leaders might have delegated such responsibilities to others, Tangle was at the forefront, organizing aid, visiting survivors, and offering spiritual comfort. His leadership during this crisis was a powerful reminder of his commitment to the people he served. It wasn't just about rebuilding infrastructure. It was about healing hearts and restoring hope. His personal involvement in the recovery efforts highlighted the depth of his care and dedication. Tangle's empathy extends beyond his own diocese or the people he interacts with directly. During the COVID-19 pandemic, when the world was grappling with isolation, Tangle became a voice of hope for millions. He used technology to stay connected with his followers, leading online masses, delivering heartfelt video messages, and providing comfort during an incredibly difficult time. His messages were not solely about the importance of faith. They emphasized community and the Church's enduring presence, even in the most challenging circumstances. His ability to adapt and provide solace through modern means showcased his understanding of the Church's role in today's digital age. When Tangle speaks at conferences or large gatherings, it's not with a sense of distance or formality. Instead, he speaks from the heart, ensuring his words resonate with the people in front of him. Whether addressing a room full of world leaders or chatting with a group of parishioners after Mass, his approach remains consistent. He doesn't stand above people. He stands with them, walking alongside them in their struggles and triumphs. This personal connection is one of the reasons he is so beloved by Catholics around the world. His leadership is grounded in a deep understanding of the human experience, demonstrating that he is not just a leader of the Church, but a true servant of the people. This approach has earned him respect not only from the faithful, but also from many within the Vatican who admire his personal style. His humility and ability to genuinely connect with people from all walks of life continue to define his leadership. As Tangle's prominence within the Vatican grew, he maintained his humble and empathetic approach. His reputation for kindness and his unwavering dedication to serving others have remained unchanged. Whether in the Philippines or Rome, he has stayed the same approachable, caring figure he was when he first began his priestly career. His leadership is a model of how to lead with love and humility, showing that the greatest strength lies in the ability to serve and connect with others. Cardinal Luis Tangle's leadership transcends national borders, embodying a vision of the Church that is both global and deeply connected to local communities. As the prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples, he has become the face of the Vatican's global outreach. His approach to evangelization is not about imposing a singular ideology, but about adapting the message of Christ to the diverse needs and cultures of different communities. Whether working in Asia, Africa, or Latin America, Tangle has consistently championed an inclusive church rooted in local contexts. Tangle's emphasis on enculturation has been a cornerstone of his leadership. He believes the Church's message must resonate with the unique needs of each culture, rather than simply transplanting practices and traditions from Rome. In places like Africa and Asia, where the Church is growing rapidly, he has worked to integrate indigenous traditions and languages into worship and outreach programs. This approach ensures the Church remains relevant and meaningful, allowing people to embrace the faith without losing their cultural identity. Another defining characteristic of Tangle's leadership is his commitment to interfaith dialogue. In regions where religious tensions remain high, he has played a critical role in fostering understanding and cooperation between different faith communities. Whether in the Middle East, where Catholicism coexists with Islam, or in Southeast Asia, where Buddhism and Catholicism intersect, Tangle has worked tirelessly to build bridges. His belief that dialogue is essential for peace and unity has been central to his work and remains a key message he promotes at the Vatican and beyond. In addition to his efforts in interfaith dialogue, Tangle has been a staunch advocate for human dignity, particularly for migrants and refugees. His personal experiences, including visits to refugee camps in Lebanon and Jordan, have deepened his understanding of the crisis. Tangle doesn't just speak on behalf of displaced people. He listens to their stories, amplifies their voices, and works to create solutions that honor their human dignity. This hands-on approach has made him a powerful voice for the voiceless and a true servant of the global Church. Tangle's global vision is also evident in his emphasis on listening to local communities. He understands that the Church's mission is most effective when it aligns with the needs and aspirations of the people it serves. By incorporating local cultures into the Church's practices and promoting inclusivity, Tangle has ensured that the faith remains accessible and meaningful to people across the world. His leadership continues to inspire, bridging divides and uniting communities through compassion and understanding. From humble beginnings to Vatican leadership, Cardinal Luis Tangle's journey is a story of faith, resilience, and unwavering commitment. Born in 1957 in Manila to a modest family, faith was the cornerstone of Tangle's upbringing. The bustling streets of Manila, with their vibrant community life, shaped his understanding of the Church as a place of service, compassion, and solidarity. From an early age, his academic brilliance and deep faith set him on a path toward the priesthood, a calling that would lead him to the highest ranks of the Vatican. Tangle's education played a pivotal role in his development as a leader in the Church. After completing studies in philosophy and theology at Ateneo de Manila University, he traveled to Rome, where he earned a doctorate in sacred theology. His focus on how church leaders could collaborate and better serve people highlighted his practical approach to faith. Even during his studies, Tangle's leadership potential was evident. He combined intellect, humility, and a dedication to service, which made him stand out among his peers. Upon returning to the Philippines, Tangle began his priestly career in 1982. His commitment to the people was immediate and heartfelt. Rather than confining himself to the altar, he immersed himself in the communities he served, listening to their struggles and joys. Tangle's ministry was rooted in building relationships, and his constant warmth and smile earned him the affectionate title of the Smiling Priest. His approach was never about hierarchy or power, but about authenticity and connection, making him beloved among parishioners and respected as a leader. In 2011, Tangle's elevation to Archbishop of Manila marked a significant turning point. Leading one of Asia's most influential dioceses was a great responsibility, but Tangle embraced it with humility and grace. His first homily as Archbishop set the tone for his leadership, emphasizing that his mission was not about personal glory, but serving Christ. His tenure was defined by deep empathy for the poor, marginalized, and vulnerable. During crises like Typhoon Haiyan, Tangle was at the forefront, offering both spiritual and practical support. His ability to lead with compassion during times of immense need cemented his reputation as a leader of the people. By the time Tangle was named cardinal in 2012, his influence extended far beyond Manila. His elevation to the College of Cardinals marked the beginning of a new chapter, positioning him as one of the most important voices in the Catholic Church. Tangle's leadership is not only global in scope, but deeply personal in nature. His ability to connect with diverse cultures, religious communities, and marginalized groups has made his vision of the Church one of inclusivity and compassion. Tangle's leadership style has drawn comparisons to Pope Francis, with many asking if he could be the next pope. Both leaders emphasize mercy, inclusion, and outreach to the marginalized. Their shared rejection of clericalism and focus on humility make them natural allies. And Tangle is often seen as the one who could carry Francis's legacy into the future. His work during the Synod of Bishops on the Family in 2014 and 2015 further demonstrated his ability to navigate complex issues with sensitivity and vision. As the Catholic Church faces the complexities of a rapidly changing world, Tangle's leadership remains a beacon of hope. His story from a humble child in Manila to one of the Church's most influential figures is a testament to the power of faith, service, and humility. Whether in the Philippines or on the global stage, Tangle's commitment to love, unity, and the most vulnerable continues to inspire Catholics around the world. Cardinal Luis Tangle's leadership exemplifies the delicate balance between tradition and progress, making him one of the most compelling figures in the Catholic Church today. His advocacy for compassion and accompaniment during the Synod of Bishops highlighted his ability to address controversial issues such as divorce, remarriage, and LGBTQ inclusion. By navigating these challenging conversations with grace, Tangle helped shift the Church's approach, fostering dialogue and unity even when opinions were divided. This ability to bring people together while maintaining a forward-looking perspective is one reason many see him as a natural successor to Pope Francis. Tangle's commitment to environmental justice further underscores his progressive vision for the Church. A vocal supporter of Pope Francis's encyclical Laudato Si, which calls for global action on climate change, Tangle has championed initiatives in the Philippines to combat deforestation, overfishing, and climate-related disasters. His advocacy for environmental stewardship reflects his belief that the Church's mission extends beyond spiritual matters to address urgent social and environmental challenges affecting vulnerable communities. By calling for concrete action to protect God's creation, Tangle has made environmental justice a central tenet of the Church's mission. However, Tangle's path to the papacy is not without its challenges. The Vatican's internal politics and the complexities of the institution often shape the selection of a new pope in ways that extend beyond personal qualities and leadership. Despite these hurdles, Tangle's ability to connect deeply with people, his unwavering commitment to social justice, and his inclusive vision for the Church make him a strong and inspiring candidate for the future of Catholicism. As the Catholic Church navigates a rapidly changing world, Tangle's leadership offers a model for how it can remain relevant while staying true to its core values. Whether through his work on social justice, his dedication to interfaith dialogue, or his ability to unite people across divides, Tangle's compassionate and conviction-driven approach embodies what it means to lead in modern times. His journey continues to inspire, and many are left wondering, could Cardinal Luis Tangle be the next pope? Tangle's work in addressing social and environmental issues is a testament to his holistic understanding of the Church's role in the world. From advocating for the most vulnerable to championing initiatives that bridge faith and action, His leadership sets a standard for what the Church can achieve in a complex and ever-evolving global landscape. Only time will tell what role Tangle will play in shaping the future of Catholicism, but his story remains one of hope, service, and transformative leadership. What do you think? Could Cardinal Luis Tangle be the next Pope? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.